back to my channel. I have missed you guys very much. I know that I was not able to post a video last week, but we're here now and that's what is important. So today is September 15th. This is the start of Hispanic Heritage Month. I know that I talked a little bit about Hispanic Heritage Month in my previous video, but today I am back at it with a very special topic that I don't think gets discussed in the Latin community as much, and also doesn't get referenced when we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. So as you probably read in the description, we are talking about Afro-Latinos today, and I have a very special guest who will be giving his experience of being an Afro-Latino. Please help me welcome Ben Danklin. Okay, so I have our very special guest Ben Danklin here, and he's going to give us a bit of his experience as an Afro-Latino. So please let us know how you consider yourself an Afro-Latino, or why you recognize yourself as an Afro-Latino.
Well, I'm a half Panamanian, half African American. So my father's Panamanian, my mother's African American. They immigrated from Panama to Brooklyn in 1957, and they've been here since. And before that, they were workers and laborers in Panama that helped build the canal.
Little fun fact, because I've been doing some research on the Panama Canal for a project I'm working at my job, and one of the things that came across was that most laborers for the Panama Canal were immigrants from Caribbean islands like Barbados, Martinique. So Ben Danklin's great grandfather immigrated from Barbados to Panama and was a laborer for the Panama Canal. So I thought that was really cool. So can you tell us a little bit about what it is like growing up as an Afro-Latino?
Well, growing up it was kind of hard in my household because not everybody spoke Spanish except for my grandma, and she was the only one that would teach me Spanish fluently. But at such a young age, it was kind of difficult for me to learn with everything going on around me. So once I moved to Baltimore, things kind of changed because I didn't have anyone in my household speaking Spanish fluently, so I was only speaking just pure English all the time. So that definitely changed the dynamic for a lot, so I didn't get to grow up speaking Spanish and get to become as fluent in Spanish as I would like to. So when other Spanish-speaking people see me or identify me when I'm out, they just think, oh, he's a black man or he's African American. But I'm actually, just Latino the same as y'all. Like, I just don't speak Spanish the same as y'all.
You brought up a really good point about how most Latinos are identified not by their family roots, but first mainly by speaking Spanish. And then even when you see Afro-Latinos speaking Spanish, it's not thought of as something that became natural to them. I think it's thought of more as you learned it in school and you just happen to know it fluently. But there are Afro-Latinos born speaking Spanish, I would say. So I think that's a very good point. And even in Latin American countries, you don't have to necessarily be half Latino and half African American to be Afro-Latino. In most Latin American countries, there are also descendants of immigrants from the Caribbean or during the slave trade who ended up making a Latin American country their home, and then through generations you are born in that country, first generation born in that country, and that would make you an Afro-Latino as well. So I think that's kind of something that we overlook in the Latin community when we discuss what Latinos embody. We also, I think, want to know some good experiences that you had. I know you talked a little bit about being able to be with your great-grandmother and have some memories and experiences with her, even though it wasn't as long-term as you would have wanted.
Definitely a great experience. She definitely taught me a lot as far as from the food of the culture to just the language to just like the traditional wares that am supposed to be saying or should have been saying as a child. But she just kind of shaped my like worldly view, what culture is and what culture is supposed to be outside of just a city or suburban culture or popular culture.
I'm going to share a photo of Ben Denklin as a baby, but I'm not going to share it because I don't think he's going to let me. But it's really cute, and this was taken outside his great-grandma's house. And I think it's really dope that you still got to spend some time with her. And at least learn some of your Panamanian culture. Well, tell us, what do you hope to pass down to your kids? Because regardless, you know, of who you have kids with, your kids would be Afro-Latinos as well. So.
Absolutely. So, my plan for my future kids is to become fluently speaking in Spanish, just so I could give them that edge and that aspect of just culture to their lives and who they are as a person, so they never have to wonder at all through their teenage years or through their young adult years about who they are as a person or what culture might define them or what culture they're supposed to be attached to or is calling to them.
So I think you touched upon a really great topic about self-identity. Do you think that some Afro-Latinos, or in your Afro-Latino experience, you struggled with self-identity as a young teen or as a child?
Yes, because I've seen and I've known Afro-Latinos that fluently speak Spanish and hang out with other Latinos, and they look at other black people as if they're not the same. As if like they're not the same kind of people, or if they don't look the same, or if things aren't the same for them.
I'm not black, I'm Dominican.
That's really strange to me, but it's also like the culture that is bred.
What advice would you give to young Afro-Latinos growing up and kind of struggling with self-identity or trying to identify with either aspect of their cultures, you know, the Afro and then the Latino side?
I would say do what makes you comfortable, but just know at some point you have to break out of that comfort zone. And whether that's hanging with people that look just like you or don't look just like you, or speak the same language as you or don't speak the same language as you, you should be prepared to be in all of those situations and be able to feel comfortable in all those situations, whether you're just hanging out, having a conversation, a person's asking you for help, anything.
So kind of like some balance between both sides of their culture.
Yep.
Being able to embrace both sides. You know, you're not just Afro and you're not just Latino. So I think that's really good advice. So we start Hispanic Heritage Month by celebrating the independence of Costa Rica, Guatemala, Honduras, y El Salvador. Then Panama actually doesn't fall within the month of September, October. Panama's Independence Day is actually November 28th, so they are a little later in the year, but nonetheless, Panama is one of our Latin American countries. Make sure you guys go get some food. You know, y'all love some tacos. And then also make sure you guys read up on the history, because I think a lot of history is not taught in school when it comes to Latin America. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and leave some comments telling us how you feel about Hispanic Heritage Month, or any fun fact that you know about our Latin American countries. Also, if there is a topic that you guys want me to touch upon, please let me know, because we have a whole month to go. And make sure you're subscribed to this channel so that you don't miss out on any content. See you guys.